It's the morning after. Morning after Ian. Look over there. Electricity. Look over there. Electricity. Look over here. Oh, nothing. Son of a dick. Kind of misty. Kind of breezy. Oh no, there's a piece of my house. The radar shows nothing right here, so of course it's going to rain. Because why the fuck wouldn't it? Why the fuck wouldn't it rain? All day, every day. What's he looking for? Oh. Already went out and about this morning in search of coffee. I got the means to cook outside, but it's way too windy. No stores open anywhere, even though they have power, and I don't. So did the old motel trick. Yeah. Looks like a dead blame hurricane been through here or something. Well, they're up there doing what I was going to do, cleaning that tree up. Good, good. Look at my roof. It worked. By worked, I mean it stayed on. Ah. That wind, combined with that little bit of rain, is actually cold to a Floridian. Because it is cold out there. It's yeah, 67 degrees. That's inhuman. woke up at 2 o'clock. Turn it down so you can hear. Woke up at 2 o'clock. Was it 2? I was up at midnight. I had no internet, but I had power. And then at 2 o'clock I woke up and I had no power. And I thought, well, yeah, I don't need any power to sleep, so back to sleep I went, and then I woke up all sweaty. So I opened up all the doors and windows and let the shit blow through the house. Come on, window. And that's when I noticed everybody across the street has electricity, you dirty cocksuckers. I have none. I'm just putting along, defrost. All the branches, the winds. Come on, defrost, man. This truck takes about, the rickshaw, I mean, takes about 2 weeks to warm up to the point to defrost the windshield. Is it frost? No, it's not frost. We're going to defog the windshield. I was going to go cut this up because it was right in the middle of the road. But there you have the city doing it for me. Maybe fixing some electric. I don't know. Let's peek around there. Oh, I'm blocking traffic. Oh no. And the temperature gauge is pegged on cold. Yeah, it is. When you look on the power outage map, I'm just in a little wedge with about 50 people right here that have no power. Look at these show-offs. They must be the ones running the generator. Yep. Look at the road ahead of me. You can't even tell it's a road. Go on safari. Thinning the trees out the hard way. I'm going to do the same thing I did yesterday, but I'm not going to bore you with the drive. I'll just cut the camera on when I see something interesting. Look at my street here. It's so clean compared to the other streets. Big dog. Big dog. Look at my roof. It's so intact. Them boys down in Fort Myers got hammered. Came back home this way from my coffee run. Ian trimmed the shit out of this palm tree here. trimmed it all over the road. He's a good worker, but he doesn't clean up for shit. Look at that fucking palm tree. Maybe you should have trimmed that last year and the year before and all that. Oh well, now you can do it. Look like city folk. Fucking mess down there. So off we go. Wow, it's fucking rain trees. I said I was going to cut the camera off. I'll just edit out the boring parts. Might be all of it. Who knows? I think we're defrosted now. Defogged. De-hurricaned. Look at that tree. It trimmed itself. The trailer park where I do the majority of my mowing, they're in a dead zone for power. But I'm curious how many of those big shitty fucking oak trees are twisted all to pieces now. I'd have to spend the weekend cleaning up the yards so I can mow them. Night. These trees, they trimmed themselves. No internet, no power at home. They got power, I see it. Castages. I can live without the internet, but dang, that power sure is a nice creature comfort. House without electricity is basically a cave. These damn convenience stores, most of them have power, but they're closed. Because the little man on TV told them it was going to be a 2-day event. It's over with. But they'll stay closed all day today. Nobody can have any fucking coffee. Yes, I obsess on the coffee. It's my fave. Look at the road. Just look at it. There's like 6 inches of shit dumped out of these trees. Nobody will ever clean it up. It'll just sit there and get mashed into bits. Oh, I'm tired. It's good to be tired. I'll go home and sleep. Look at that palm tree. Just shit all over the place it did. It caught a lot of fucking wind to do that. This is one that I mow. might be a good time to put the mulch kit on the mower. This is one I was gonna mow before the hurricane, but this guy showed up. He pulled everything out of his shed, got shit all over the fucking yard. I'm like, I ain't moving that shit. You're here, mow it yourself. If you gotta put everything in the fucking yard like that, I don't understand. Oh yeah, like my dad used to say when I was a kid, the wind blew, the shit flew, we couldn't see a damn thing for a day or two. Look at all the litter, all the tree litter. Wow. I wonder if you can even get into Green Hills. What is we got on here? That looks like a bunch of fucking cucumbers. They should have come here yesterday. Wow, that is. It's a fucking pile of cucumbers as big as a small car. Son of a dick. I'm gonna see my friend in the pine forest. I'm sure he's got shit just everywhere. Pine needles out in the road for days. That's not too bad. That one right there, that's my friend in the pine forest. I will mow him tomorrow, because I didn't mow him on Tuesday. Today's Thursday, his regular mowing day. For obvious reasons, I'm not going to. I think I'm going to put the mulch kit on the mower today. Yeah. It might be very beneficial. All that shit up. The grass is going to be wetter now. The little man on TV said we might see some blue sky today. That would be a treat. A treat especial. Yes, it would. Look at that bush blue fence down. Wow. It's cold out here. It's actually cold. I'm gonna roll the window up because I'm uncomfortable. Folks who work outside in Florida do not like anything below 70 degrees. I shit you not. If I wake up in the morning at 68 degrees, I gotta turn the heat on. and it's currently 68 degrees. So on with the heat. Now we'll just sit here pointlessly at this red light while nothing comes for miles either way. Yeah, but we'll sit here while nothing comes. Oh, here comes some more nothing. Oh, there's one. It'll turn yellow on him when he gets here. Because that's the way they work. Well, that's the way they work for me anyway. As soon as I get close to a light, that motherfucker turns red. Green, green, green. Go, go, go. There's a big piece of shit out of my way. Maybe they'll get out there and pick that up today. Or I have to saw it up tomorrow. Because this is where I have to mow tomorrow. Look at the rain tree. What a piece of shit. What a complete and utter piece of shit tree. But they are pretty twice a year. It's like a bougainvillea. That is the thorniest fucking plant. It wants to kill you. But it's really pretty to look at once a year. Oh, here's where I'm working tomorrow. We got downspouts everywhere, except where they belong. Got pieces of metal ripped off roofs, hooves, I don't know. All these trailers are old and they're not in the greatest shape, but they held up pretty good. By that, I mean they're still here. Hurricanes really expose the shoddy workmanship. Those jobs where the guy says, that's good enough, let's go. Let's get paid and go, that's good enough. Nope, it wasn't. That is fancy hurricane shutters right there. Yes, sir. I guess whatever it takes, right? So, this place don't look too bad. Unfortunately, the next place I'm going probably will. There's a mess. A bit of a mess. That little bastard bluegrass all over me, I will whoop his ass. Oh, look at the damage. Look at the damage. Notice anything? No big oak trees. There's not shit everywhere. Surely that's just a coincidence. When I started doing this way back in 2008, I couldn't understand why the boss hated trees so much. I mean, that man had a real hatred for trees. And now I know why. Most of the oaks in this town are water oaks, and they're garbage. Glorified swamp weeds. What the fuck are you doing? I know that light's red for you, bitch. Well, the law doesn't apply to you because you're in a hurry. I see how that works. Open that goddamn store. Motherfuckers are hungry out here. Bring in a FEMA coffee truck. They're fixing this road. Check it out. Right here. It's awesome. Yeah. I thought I ran off the road there for a minute, but I didn't. Look at these silly motherfuckers here, parked right up in the front window. You could be selling coffee now if you weren't a bunch of candy asses. Maybe when I get back home I'll have electricity. No, nope. Look at that store. They could be selling all kinds of shit. What are they selling? Nothing. Well, you know, because of the weather. Yeah, you can see how brutal it is out here. I think I'll drink some room temperature water. I don't dare open my refrigerator. Anywho, I've been here 20 years. I've been through a lot of hurricanes in those 20 years, and that was the worst I've ever seen. And every time they said there was a hurricane coming straight at us, I'd go out, I'd put my hurricane awnings down over the windows, and the windows that didn't have them, I'd board them up, and we'd get a 32-mile-an-hour wind. So I battened down the hatches time and time again, and then I finally said, fuck it, we're never going to get any wind to speak of. I'm not doing that again. And late last night I was thinking, boy, I wish I'd done that. Public service announcement. When traffic lights are out, you treat them as a four-way stop. Don't do what that idiot just did. I mean, it's in the driver's manual. You should have read it. That motherfucker, he just sitting there, don't even care. He's playing solitaire on his laptop. O'Reilly's is unbuttoning. They're going to sell some parts today. This is the dead zone right over to my right. Go west. Dead as in no power, massive power outage over hill. When I came out in the pre-dawn hours, you roll into a dead zone, it's just pitch black. It was creepy. You know, lots of light everywhere else, and then you just roll into this inky darkness. Yesterday was the before footage, and here's the after footage. Bits and bobs. Good. God, the limbs. Look at the mess. If somebody doesn't clean this up before I get here, I'm dragging all that right back over here where it belongs. Oh my, there's a piece of someone's roof. They're not going to be pleased. Is that just an awning? That's a... who knows what it is. Wow, what a fucking mess. People want to maybe take some advice on getting rid of these fucking trees yet? No. No, they don't. There's pieces of trailer everywhere. Pieces of trailer and downspouts everywhere. Not too bad over here. The sounds of no power. Look at the shit that blew out of these fucking trees. Oh, but there's nothing wrong with those trees. Nothing wrong with those trees. What do you mean I should cut that tree down? Why? Why would I cut that tree down? No, you don't have to. It'll cut itself down. Truly surprised these are still standing. Absolutely amazed. But they dropped a bunch of fucking litter, they did. Why don't you clean this mess up?
Yeah.
Hey, I thought she already did that.
Yeah, those are the ones that he missed.
Ian didn't miss them. He don't miss shit.
Yeah, but don't worry, they're gonna help me.
How's the rest of the shit?
I don't know, I haven't looked around.
Looks pretty gnarly here and there and everywhere. Nobody in town selling coffee.
Really?
Go to the motel.
The funny thing is, she calls me when the storm starts picking up. She's worried about the trellis that's going to blow away.
Who?
The fucking neighbor that's always on my ass. You know.
The trellis.
Well, the bougainvillea has a trellis, and the trellis came attached. I had it bolted to the patio, and it came loose, so it was rocking. But the fucking bougainvillea is that big, and it's all twisted in it. It ain't going nowhere.
Right.
And all the shit falling out of a tree. Shit. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Women always worry about shit. It's like, don't worry about this, worry about this. You know what I mean?
I know.
You know how it is. So she's worried about the trellis coming loose, flying through the neighborhood now. Meanwhile, all the shit's falling off her tree, flying everywhere.
Everybody's trees.
Yeah, I bet. And the funny thing is,
yeah, I would have bet that one was snapped in half.
Well,
I came through yesterday.
I was going to pull my truck underneath their carport. I said, no, don't do that, dumbass, because the carport, it'll block the wind. The wind can't get underneath it, and that thing's weak because I removed the support.
Right.
And I thought, my fucking, I got to fall on the truck. Well, with the truck in there, the wind can't, go in and out. I said, with nothing underneath it, it should go in and out okay. And I got the window open, and the tool shed fucking knocked all my toys over. That's how windy it was.
It was windy.
Robbie the robot was like, he was like this the whole time. I went to bed. I got this morning. He's laying down. I'm like, oh, shit. I said, man, it must have got windy if he knocked over.
I came through here yesterday morning at this time to get the before footage.
Oh, okay.
Now we're doing the after.
I have to watch the video, yeah. I got to watch your stuff.
Well, I recorded that shit in
what I usually do is
4K, so it's taking them forever to process it.
What I usually do is I watch that YouTube stuff when I go to that guy that's got Wi-Fi, and then I can, I can watch it on his TV. I can, what do they call that?
Streaming.
No, but I mean, but you can cast it to the TV, and I can watch it off the TV. You can do that when you got Wi-Fi, so and then it goes faster because he's on Wi-Fi. Yeah, I thought surely he's not mowing. Then I looked back there and I'm like, he doesn't have a mower. So you get hired to pick stuff up, or?
I don't get paid for it, so I'm just kind of hoping you guys will clean your own shit up.
I'm going to pick this up. I got to get all the shit out of the truck, and I'm going to start cutting the branches and put it in there.
And the county, they'll come by and pick it up eventually. That's the exact date, eventually. Now the thing is, people are going to run around and pick up the shit and pile it in the grass.
I know you told. I know.
Put that shit in the goddamn driveways that ain't being used.
And then they'll complain about the grass dying, like they can't make the connection. But that's why. Yeah.
Oh, they can't connect shit.
No, they can't. Well,
there's a fucking limb up here.
Shit out of the truck.
There's a limb up in here.
Well, the funny thing is, there's nothing over here. And I thought,
now when you come in off of the main road, come in and turn left, there's either a piece of somebody's roof or a hurricane awning, or there's
that
downspouts everywhere.
There's the house that has the awning fell, more than a month ago, and she still
that one across the street.
She still parks the car underneath that thing. I'm like, I wouldn't park my the thing's done falling down, and you still parking a car underneath there. I'm like, you don't think it's gonna fall the rest of the way? You know, I'm only put my car underneath there.
No, I mean when you come into Green Hills, those 1, 2, 3 there on the left, they're just littered with shit.
Yeah. Oh, she's getting her shit ready to go back home.
Back home.
She's the most fucking worthless woman. I mean, let me tell you, I have experience with a lot of worthless women, but she is the top of the.
Let me park.
I mean, she is. She takes the cake. She takes the cake and puts a scoop of ice cream on it because she's always, you know, she's disabled. She can't do anything. And she's sitting on her ass all fucking day and do nothing, and she's happy. She's like her mom. I mean, meanwhile, I'll be out here working, picking up your shit all day, and you know.
And they'll watch you.
Oh yeah,
they will watch you pick it up.
You know, I tell women, I say, listen, go cook Thanksgiving dinner, and I'll get a chair and sit in there and watch it. Oh no, you can kicking me out of there 2 seconds after I'm in there, you know. But God forbid, you know, you guys can watch me. You know what I think's funny is they all say, well, I can't sleep. I don't. It's because you don't do any work. You don't need to sleep. You know what I mean? Use your mind. Do a puzzle. Or I was in bed at 8 o'clock. I was tired because I was working all day inside.
Where are you going to put all this shit?
I don't know. I was going to cut it up and put it in the truck.
You put it right here.
Well, I was going to cut it up and shove it in the truck, and then I'll take it to the dump. You know, because if I stick it over there, I'm afraid it's going to be here forever.
It's amazingly heavy, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Huh?
Where?
Right there.
Where? Yeah. I've been looking for him.
Purple shirt.
Purple?
Yeah, he's wearing the purple
You're
shirt.
tipsy and you're colorblind. She came over and I showed her my place, and she was stumbling from there to there, and I'm like, I'm on this It's like, I think I'd rather. This is my whole thing about medication.
Oh, I know it.
Drugs.
Fuck medication, because one medication makes you. You know, she's tipsy, she can't walk, and then I see her get in the car and drive away. I'm like, woman, you need to quit taking that medication.
Hey,
you can't walk.
You need to quit mispronouncing drugs.
All right.
You buy them at the drugstore.
Right,
there's no medication store in town. I've looked.
I'm like, man, because you were scaring the hell out of me. You were falling, almost tripping all the time. I was like,
I fell this morning. I got up this morning, go to the bathroom, and hurried too quick, and I fell back against the bathroom door.
Yeah, take some more of that medication.
Yeah. You got to quit it.
It's just a itty bitty little pill I take first thing, but I have to take it. I don't want to have a stroke. My family.
No, falling down and dying is better.
Yeah.
I mean, I work for a bunch of doctors, and I get up and pee like 3 times a night. So I asked the one doctor about the Flomax, and the one doctor says, "Yeah, I managed to see it. I'll get right on it. Don't worry. I'll pick all your shit up. Don't worry. I'll get right on it. I saw it. I heard it. I'm living in there. I know."
Well, this is a big chunk.
Well, there's one on the There's one on the side that's twice as big.
I worry about that.
Well, I trimmed the hell out of that thing.
Oh, I know you did.
You know, in the summer, and everybody looked at me like I was going to kill myself on the ladder. I'm like, well, I'd rather do that than, and then come the storm, it gets pretty good. So, thank God she had hers trimmed.
Oh, I know it.
I mean, if that thing wasn't trimmed, half of it would be down.
Well, they're self-trimming.
Well, but I mean, it was really low and drooping everywhere. So.
And then they left a lot of dead stuff, and that's.
Well,
I think most of that has come down.
It comes down.
I had some dead stuff right up against the house.
I'm gonna
right around my house before I went around this morning and checked if the grass was all down. So.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, it falls and it blows everywhere. I mean, I was watching the bushes the other day, so I went out and tied them up because they were like this, and I was like, shit, I better tie those things up.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I got most of it picked up out in the front yard.
Where are you going to take it? Because I mean, I called the trash guys yesterday. I thought, let me make a trash run to get rid of some of my trash. So we're closed Wednesday and Thursday. I'm like, okay, to the public.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, Wednesday and Thursday. So, and then Friday they'll be busy as hell, I'm sure. Yeah, that's the big one. Oh, now the work comes. I gotta go.
I gotta go see my own house.
I'm just messing with you. Yeah, I got up this morning. I looked out the window. I thought, well, the bush looks okay. I didn't see that there was a tree branch, and then I went to bed.
I don't know where the hell that came from.
Well, it's an oak branch, so I'm going to say it came from your tree. I mean,
I know that.
I mean, well, You know the ironic. Don't worry. The ironic thing is all the shit growing in your gutters is still there. The storm is funny. It'll tear shit up. Like all my plants, it tears it up, just like the frost. The shit growing in the gutters is waving fine. It's fine. You can't even do nothing to that. You think you blow that shit out? Oh, no, we can't do that.
What?
I'm surprised at the I know.
In the world.
You know, I go up there and I molest the papayas. I had one that got ripe.
I never saw one do that good around here.
I do a lot of shit good. Planting is one of them.
My neighbor been growing that shit for years.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I just got lucky with that one. Yeah, look at that branch.
Is that your branch?
No, it's not.
It is now.
I'm waiting for the owner to come and claim it.
Wow,
Actually,
man.
the tree did good. I'm not going to complain. The tree did good. I think it was, you know.
It did amazingly good for.
I mean, yeah.
For what it is, a dead old rotten piece of shit.
I was going to say I'm not complaining. I mean, you know, I'd rather pick up branches than roof. So you don't have much of a choice.
When are they going to turn your power back on?
I don't know.
Same day they're going to turn mine on? Eventually, right?
I kept thinking, where's that breeze coming from? What's going on? You know, that's great. I put a long sleeve.
Yeah, it's cold out here. It's 68 degrees. I'm
What are you
freezing
going
to
to do?
death.
Start calling an electricity company and say you've got a medical condition, you need power back on immediately.
I do, I think.
Well, you need to call them and start bitching about it.
It won't work.
I'm just.
It won't work.
There's something to do.
Oh,
Well, you say, oh, look, she's going out.
now she's coming in.
No, she's going out. She closed all the blinds because I was like, does she not want to see the storm? I mean, she closed the blinds. I'm thinking, well, I guess it's the gas break. I know.
Here's your knife.
Oh, that's. I see. The good thing is I couldn't find it. Now I found it. Yeah, that I use for cutting the wheat.
Somebody's farting right where I'm standing.
It's not me. No, listen. She's probably got a hair appointment. She's got to go get her hair done.
Ain't nobody getting in. Everything's closed.
That's why. That joke works two ways. One is storm, two, nobody's building.
Everything is
we did
closed.
pretty good. I mean, you know. The funny thing is, this thing kind of moves around. She made it around everything, and now she stopped. I use this as my wind thing, so it didn't move. Yeah, my bougainvillea.
The best thing about it.
Actually, it almost, see, it's attached, so that's why.
Best thing about it is if you chop it off right there, it'll be right back next to you.
I understand, but it's growing inside the trellis. The trellis can't go anywhere. It look, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the plant grows through the trellis, so the trellis was fine. I know. And when I came out to look at it, I can't get it out of the plant. So, I mean, I'm like, that's the least of my worries was the trellis, because the plant is so grown inside of it. I mean, it just was shaking and rocking, and it looked bad, but I mean, I knew it wasn't going to go nowhere.
Is she stuck?
Well, I knew that, but I figured I'd come out and look at it, and it's stuck in there.
I say, the best thing about it
Yeah.
is you can chop it off at the ground and it'll be right back to where it is in a year.
I know, but the problem is there's so much shit. I don't know whether to cut the trellis out and stand it up or cut the plant. I don't know. I got so much shit. My back's hurting just thinking about it.
Ah,
I think I'm gonna get over shit out of the truck, and I'm just gonna throw everything in the back of the truck, I think.
chit chatting. I think I'm gonna put the mulch kit on the mower.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Fucking Captain Obvious. Let me put the hat on. Let me put on the little Captain. You know, you can make your, you know, the boa go. This is a good time to put the mulch kit on when there's shit everywhere. I mean, there's leaves everywhere.
It's not a good time because the grass is still too thick and wet for it. But,
What are you gonna do?
well, can't be blowing sticks all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got to go check out her place. I'm thinking.
What is it? It's Thursday, right?
Yeah, it's Thursday. I called.
So you got 4 days to get all this shit cleaned up. All of it.
I'm cleaning my street up, and I mow my own fucking grass. I think I'm gonna start throwing it. Everybody's yard you mow, I'm just gonna throw it in the middle of the fucking yard.
Somebody's going to if you
No,
don't.
I'm gonna take that stuff out of the truck. Stupid me, I threw everything in the truck thinking I'm gonna go to the dump yesterday and get rid of all this shit for the storm.
Nope.
And I called them, and they're like, oh, but thank God I called them and said, oh, we're closed Wednesday and Thursday night. But,
Yeah,
so anyway, now I gotta take shit out. But
you gotta close a hole in the ground because of a hurricane, right? It's a fucking hole in the ground. Is it not?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, listen, we had a family reunion in the Grand Canyon, and you know, my dad was going, and he didn't want to go and everything, and everybody was getting grandkids and everything. He lives in Arizona, so it's like 50 miles away from us or whatever.
Yeah.
And he'd say, "Hey, Dad, aren't you going to the reunion?" He said, "Well, I don't want to see a fucking hole in the ground." That's what my dad. I said,
Well,
Dad,
it's a big hole.
that's what I told him. I said, "Because it's a big fucking hole. It's the biggest fucking hole you're gonna see
Ever.
You got to know my dad." I was like, he said he doesn't like to be around other people. He's had, you know, he has anxiety and all these issues and shit. And I'm like, Dad, you go to the casino. There's a lot of fucking people in a casino, and you're gambling, smoking, and drinking. I said, is that a good thing to do? I said, but you know, that's fine. It's your, you know, do what you want. I said, you know, you're gonna see you never see my grandkids. I mean, they're gonna be there. If you know, don't be bitching if you don't see them when you can't.
Your grandkids. You got grandkids?
Yeah, I got. Well, my kids. I got grandkids now, but at that time I had kids. You know. Oh, never. So anyway, when he went to the family, you know, he spent one night. He got. Yeah, the trees are pretty good. I was happy. And it sounded like all the acorns and shit falling on the roof.
Yeah, they all got pinned out. Have you been
Actually,
over here?
Huh?
Have you been over here?
Yeah, yeah.
On
Yeah,
the-
there's a branch over there. No, let's walk over there.
No, I mean on the
they're not
next
there.
street.
I haven't walked around the neighborhood.
It's hard to walk in your yard. The grass is way too tall.
That fucker that mows it's lazy. He only mows it
Lazy.
once a week. He sets it all the way up.
All the way up.
Sucker.
Figured out how to even get it higher than default.
Yeah. If he could, listen, if he could rent a helicopter and hang it on the helicopter, he'd mow it at 3 foot tall. Well, they called me. These people called me, and they were driving back. They were going to try to come back and forth.
Bud?
Yeah. Oh, man.
I mean, Norm.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll just put that right there.
Well, I'm supposed to watch Larry's house. I'm not supposed to watch everybody's house.
Yeah, there we go. That's more like it.
Yeah, but these trees are really, I'm surprised this one isn't damaged more. These are pretty cool. Look at all the pops blew over. That's, you know.
Yeah, well, come here, look. Let me show you something.
Yeah.
Like this one, for example.
She's gonna, I told her she needs to put them out of.
It's tied to the house. There's
I know.
nothing in there. There's no
Well,
weight. They're like
people
fake.
from Ohio, so they don't know nothing about Florida. And I told her she needs to take them and plant them in the ground. She needs to plant them in the ground. I know.
Look, I mean that weighs
But
like
leave
22
them
ounces.
upside down so she sees it. I mean, fuck it.
I gotta
she goes
mow,
back, I want
man.
her to know that she's stupid.
Okay.
I mean, stupid. You know, I'm just saying. I can't. People, listen. You try to tell somebody. I told her that. You know what I'm saying? My point is, you can tell stupid people stuff, and they don't want to pay attention. It's fine. Let them come back and find your shit fucked
I
up.
was making that comment on yesterday's video. I was driving out of here. I said it only took me 56 years to figure out
Right.
that you can't tell somebody something they don't want to hear.
That's right. Well, even the Bible says you got to have an ear to hear. You know what I mean? I mean, that's if you don't want to hear something, you're not going to hear it. So, I mean, I do like. I mean, that was 2,000 years ago. If you got to
Look
at
at
here,
this.
you'll hear it. If not, you won't. I mean, I raised 2 teenagers, so I know that fact. You know, if they don't want to listen to you, you might as well just shut up because they're going to close their ears and that's it.
Look at the mess.
Yeah.
I mean,
Actually, this street's probably worse.
That's garbage tree. That's a garbage
Yeah.
tree. That's a garbage tree.
Yeah.
Basically, all these big oaks in here need to go.
Yeah. You know, I don't disagree with you. And that's why I don't have a flagpole. You know, I mean,
A little
it's
bit bendy, isn't it?
well, not only that, but it's a lightning rod. I mean, it's just, you know.
Why you evacuate for a hurricane and leave a flag up? Get a grip.
No, that guy, actually, they went back to Ohio because their sister died. And it was kind of like
Oh.
a last minute thing because that's what she calls me one night and she's in my phone, Lois, my neighbor. And my grandmother's name is Lois. So every time she calls, I think it's my grandmother calling me from the grave. I'm like, wait, what do you want now? You know? That's a good, you did a good job there. So anyway, she calls me. She says, "Oh, we're in Ohio," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, I haven't heard any noise back there because they're not the quietest couple. I hear her back there. She's
right
on the patio gabbing her. And she says, "Well, and about the storm." She's asking me about the hurricane. I go, "Well, I'm not a weatherman, but you know, it's supposed to. You know, who knows how bad it's going to be?" She's asking me. I'm like, "How do I know?" You know. I mean,
right.
I mean, I don't want to give somebody information and then later they use it against me. Well, you told me. That's my problem with women. You say something to them, then
right.
they come back and say, "Well, you told me." I'm like, "Lady, you know, I don't say nothing. You know,
Well,
don't call me and ask for a weather report."
this grass is really going to grow now.
Think so?
We're going to get some sun on it.
Well, the good thing is it didn't rain. I was afraid
As much as they called.
Yeah, you know, it was.
Because it was a 13-inch forecast to start with.
Dude, I got a river underneath. I mean, I go inside my house and I can watch exactly where the water runs. I mean, because I've got to fix a few issues. That's all I can say. Yeah, these trees. I'd be scared to death if I lived here with this tree. Because this one's right over the top of your house.
They're junk.
I like Margie. Just one on the side. Thanks. I wouldn't have figured it out with you. You know,
I would have never seen that.
Yeah, I would have walked right past it 6 months later and thought, "What the?" You know.
He stay here?
I think he's car. No, he's back up north. He's supposed to come back too.
What, they go away for the hurricane?
No, they went away for the summer, or you know.
No, he was back when I was mowing in here Monday.
Well, maybe he's back. I don't know. I can't keep track of this motherfucker. What the hell do I know? I can't keep track of every old motherfucker in this fucker. I can't. You know, what do you want me to do?
That's my job, right?
Yeah. 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 I'm gonna take everything out of the truck. I'm gonna pick everything up out of my yard and shove it in the truck. Some of the stuff I can put in bags, this soft stuff. The guys come. They come Thursday for the trash. Okay. Well, they've already doing it coming today.
I might have to mow all these as tall as you mow with the mulch kit.
I think you're gonna have to for at least a week, because otherwise you're gonna just clog the shit. You're gonna either that or you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to wear a Indian feather and be the scout master. Well, there's a water bottle we can blow out of here. That's pretty neat. It got gusty, man. I mean, that's kind of like, oh my God, you know, it's blowing pretty good.
Yeah, early in the week they were saying that's going to be 110 mile an hour wind.
Listen, a lady wanted me to clean the gutters on her house Tuesday. I couldn't. I didn't have time. So I said Wednesday morning. I got Wednesday morning. It's raining. See, all this shit blew over. So I tied it. I tied this thing with the string. I tied this shit with the string, and then this motherfucker blew over. So I'm guessing the wind went come from this way, but I'm thinking we could prop it back. Maybe you can push it.
You can get a stake, drive it in the ground.
I think I'm going to have to pull it back.
Tie it back.
This thing's the same way. I mean, the wind was coming this way. I was watching this thing, and it blew this thing over. Almost over. So.
I've seen in Tennessee ice storms would bend an evergreen completely over, just a U shape.
I've seen that.
And then you could tie it up and leave it tied to a stake for a year, and it would fix it.
Yeah, but I got enough shit to go around now. I got to. You want any limes? These are good.
Those are limes.
Those are limes, dude.
So what are they? Those Hammonds or whatever?
I don't know. They're good. I cut them up, put them in drinks, and make juice, make like lemonade out of them and shit. I got a bunch of them, so.
I got no use for them.
Okay.
They're good for you, so I don't need them.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
Hey, don't forget that limb right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. That one might have looped me. You can't see it out the window.
Did you hear it?
You know what the funniest thing about it is when I first moved in here, this was a poinsettia, big and beautiful. It was one of the only plants that was worth
Yeah,
shit.
I remember. I took
it.
pictures of it years ago because
okay,
it was
so
huge.
yeah, and then they cut the tree down and they dropped branches on it and just tore the shit out of it.
Broke
So
it all to
I
hell.
cut it all the way down the ground. It grew back big and beautiful again. And then maybe a couple months ago, another branch fell and tore the shit out of it. And now the storm I mean, it's like this motherfucker doesn't have a chance. Every time it starts
And it's
looking
old.
beautiful.
It's old.
No, but every time it starts looking beautiful, something comes and tears it up.
But it's got a root system on it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was taller than me, and it was this big.
I know.
And you know damn well it's one that they bought at Kmart.
Oh, I know.
$2.99 walking out the door to Christmas shopping. Oh, let's get one of those and then plant it.
Yeah, that's what I know. I'm sure that's what it was.
But like you said, fortunately, all this stuff's still growing in the gutter.
I mean, it wouldn't blow nothing. And the funny thing is, I told her about the shit in the gutter. She's like, I put gutter toppers on there. And that's, I said, well, I'm telling you, there's 3 big giant weeds in there.
Look at his yard. That's a candidate for mulching.
Yeah, you got to mulch over the branch and just cut the shit out of everything.
Yeah, I'll just leave them gator blades on. They're heavy, heavy duty.
Yeah.
And anything you run over, it either goes away or.
Well, at least, my bush, you know, the gusters
Like,
made it.
I would mulch that, but I wouldn't mulch that.
No, not that. Yeah, I'm gonna start. I mean, I trimmed some stuff up before the storm, so because it, you know, to make it to where the wind would, you know, I knew it was gonna tear shit up, so I was out there trimming shit up.
I was concerned about my new roof.
Oh, how'd you do over there?
I went up on the roof 2 days ago because I had a couple nail pops, you know, where the shingles will pucker up.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, hurricane coming in tomorrow, I guess I'll fix those now.
Yeah, I hear you.
So, you know, I popped the shingle up, I pulled the nail, and then I squirted silicone in the nail hole and a line of silicone and pressed the shingle back down.
Right.
And
that should be stronger than the nail.
There was 2 of them on the north side that I did like that. North side was where all the wind was coming from, and that did fine. One on the south side, I looked the afternoon after I had fixed it, and it's just sticking up like this. Like, I'm ready for a hurricane, so I took a fucking brick, a paper stone, climbed up there and set it on the roof, and I thought, now I'm going to walk out the back door, and that motherfucker's going to roll off and just bash me in the head.
Yeah, that's how it is with me. I was banging my head yesterday working inside.
But yeah, the whole roof is still there.
Good.
That's impressive considering I nailed it on.
Well, you do a better job than the guys. Did you hand nail it?
I did.
Nowadays,
I caught so much shit. People are like, I can't believe you're hand nailing. Why don't you buy a gun? I'm like, because with a gun, you can fuck around with it for 10 minutes to get that depth set right. I said, but you're dealing with an organic material. It's called wood.
So it's hard.
So now it's set for that spot.
Right.
And you come over here and it overdrives it, over here it underdrives it.
Right.
With a hammer, every nail is driven perfectly.
I know. I work in a neighborhood, and should probably call me. Sections of a roof just come completely fucking off because they over nailed it.
They over nailed it, and they nailed
nail
too fucking high. They nailed too fucking high.
And then
9
the whole,
times out of 10.
a whole section will just slide right off her roof. And she's got a 2-story house, so it's like, you know, I told her, I said, you need to get a roofer to redo that whole section.
I mean, look at YouTube.
So I have to go pick it up and drag it up on the roof.
Look at the roofing videos on YouTube. Every one, they'll be titled "Worst Roof," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And every one, you know, they got that tar line, the adhesive line.
I know.
That's where you nail.
Right.
You put the nails in that line.
That way it seals it.
That way it goes through that shingle and the shingle below it.
Right.
And every roofer I've ever seen nails an inch above that line.
Right.
Completely missing the shingle below.
Right. Well, we put a roof on when we were kids on our house. My dad, you know, we re-roofed it. I don't think we tore it off. Back then, you didn't have to tear it off. So I've done roofing. I mean, not, one time,
but when you see big sheets of shingles coming off, it's nailed,
here it's
nailed too high.
They overshoot it. I gotta get rid of this TV. Take this shit out. I'm gonna take the trash out, put it in bags, and maybe stick it over. I can put some bags. I'm gonna pick up all the shit in bags and put it in Larry's in bags, and then the big branches I'm gonna fill the truck up, and then I'll go to the dump.
When you going to the dump?
Friday or Saturday, whenever.
I was gonna say everybody's closed.
Well,
today.
I'm not gonna go. I'll wait till everybody else goes, or I might get up Friday morning and go early. If I load the truck up, if I go Friday at 7, they're open at 7.